Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Sandra. Thank you so much for joining me today. So this is the last part of my 2026 Cultivate What Matters prep work. And this is video number 5. So I would have posted December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Today would be the 5th that I'm posting this. And we're just going to jump right in. So the last little bit here, I don't have that much here to do, actually. I don't even know if I want to put my my word of the year yet. But the biggest part of this is honestly filling out season by season. So what I'm going to do here is take all of my goals that I previously wrote down and write down the major goals that I have per month, per season. It won't be like huge things, but you'll see as we go through what I have to write down. This just says take it one season at a time. So it says, like, if you're unsure about what you want to do, just start with like the first month or the first quarter. And also, if you have like different goals and they're large goals, sometimes it helps to stagger them throughout the year so that you're not feeling like, oh my gosh, I have to get everything done in January. So don't do that to yourself, because then you'll just get overwhelmed and you won't follow through with your goals. Okay, and then also double check to make sure that your goals are realistic, because again, overwhelm is real. You don't want to do that to yourself. Okay, so this is just a really good idea because you can map out where you want everything to kind of go, and like, you want to do this season, you want to do this. So it's just a really good area to pace yourself. Honestly, it's kind of what they're writing there. So what we're going to do is go back to the very first goal, and I'm going to be looking at my seasons here, and I'm just going to be writing them down and filling them out. So basically, this isn't going to look like goals necessarily. It's going to look like tasks as we go through, but follow through, and then we'll give a quick rundown of it after, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're officially done. So I'm not going to be doing my word of the year yet. I have time. I have to think about it. And then the rest of this is a vision board. So you can put down pictures here if you want. And then it tells you how to make a 10-day list. and then you can move forward. So it just says like dig in. When my plans don't go as planned, just remember that it's okay. You don't have to worry because it's your goals and you can just do better next time. So the one biggest thing I have to say is that we learn from our mistakes. So if you don't get something the first time, just try again until you get it. But that's the rest of the planner. There's not a whole lot. This was the main page I wanted to cover. And this is where I come each month. So I'll come here for January and see that I've checked off all of these things. And this is kind of where I start my planning process. So when I go to set up my planner for the month, I will come here and say, okay, I need to do all of these things. These things need to be on my monthly calendar. And then I break it down to my weeks, and then I break it down to my days. And that is how I plan. So this goal planner isn't just about making goals. It's about breaking the goals down into smaller and smaller bits. So like as we went through the entire process, especially if you're new here and you've never actually seen this planner, it basically helps you to like figure out how to break down goals and then how to make them into bit-sized pieces so they turn into habits. Me setting up my planners every month is a habit. Yes, it's part of my business, but even if I didn't have my business, I would still be planning. Like I wouldn't be showing it online, but I would be planning in it because that is my life and that's what keeps me organized. So I hope that you see that it's more than just a goal planner. It actually helps you prepare to plan and it kind of sets you up for success. So I'm not going to go through every individual thing, but things I did put in here were like, for example, I didn't put the repetitious stuff like, like I need to do my reviews or whatever. Like I start down here. So these stars here, so April goals, when I go to do my April goals, this star is telling me that I also have a quarter two to do. So for example, if I go to March, at the end of March, right before April, you have your refresh. So right here, my refreshed goals. And so this will be for April. And then you can replan for the new season. And then you can put your new ideas down. So if I have new goals, I can add them here. And it's not the end of the world. And that's why I like breaking it down into quarter goals. And that's why I like having this here because these goals that I wrote down for the yearly, they're not really goals. Those are the same sections that Cultivate What Matters had written down in their like life categories. So basically these are like life categories. They're not really goals. But this is how I like to organize my life. And so each quarter now I take goals from these areas and I write them down here. And so like, making sure that my kids have fun on their birthdays, that's a goal under my main family and recreation goal. I want my kids to have memories. I want them to be able to celebrate themselves and have birthdays. So I'll put their birthdays, like Connor's birthday. But that's not just one task. That is me, like a whole project. Like, so the beginning of the month or maybe the end of January, I'll start writing out ideas of what we want to do. I'll ask him, like, do you want to have a party? Do you want to go somewhere? What do you want for your birthday? And then I'll start saving. So that's another thing that I have to think about is my budget. So it kind of rolls into my February budget. Another thing is that all of these things will have integrated parts. And also, some things will roll over from the month before. So like I said, I'll be planning for my son's birthday maybe in January. I'll be planning for Valentine's in January. And I always do set up my planners ahead of time so that I'm aware and that I know what needs to be done. Like another goal in here that is kind of like, for example, it would be, I guess it's a family goal. I should probably put that in here. It's not something I would put on that list, but it would be, and it's not even like a seasonal goal. It's more like preview, I'll just put it here, preview school zone and keep up with events. So this is something that I have to do like pretty much daily, but it's a good reminder because it's something that I haven't developed as a habit yet. But that's like my kids' school online system. So they'll put like events that have happened, that are happening, or, maybe they're going to have a hot lunch. And like this time they forgot to send out a form. I didn't get a form. So I had to print one out online, and then I had to give it yesterday and with money so my son could have a hot lunch on the day that they're having it. So just stuff like that, like I always have to keep to the back of my mind. So things that I forget, like previewing School Zone, making sure I check when my kids have their dentist appointments and their doctor appointments, like just stuff like that. Like I don't want to just be doing like, oh, you're sick, let's go to the doctor. I want to do like an annual checkup type thing, the same as I do for myself, just so they understand that that's normalized and it's not something like, oh no, we have to do that again. So anyway, there's so many moving parts to life and so many moving parts to, especially when you have a family. Like you got to think it's not just about yourself anymore. It's about your husband, it's about your kids, it's about your pets. So many different moving parts. And I think the point I'm trying to get across is that I feel like this planner and like this system helps me keep track of it all. So how did you guys do? So we're done the end of the prep work. How do you feel like you did? Are you satisfied with what you've written? Or if you haven't written and you've just been watching, are you satisfied with the information I've provided? Has it given you some inspiration or ideas for your own power sheets? Or if you're not using power sheets, which is completely fine, how has it given you inspiration for your goals? And where are you writing your goals? That's another thing I'd like to know. Are you planning on just writing your goals in your planner, like on a plain piece of paper? Do you have like a different type of goal planner? What are you using? So leave me comments down below. Let me know what you're using and how you're implementing any changes that you've made this year. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I really do. And thank you so much for being here with me. I hope that you got some valuable information out of these videos, and any feedback that you give me is greatly appreciated. So thanks again. If you enjoyed the video, like always, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, please subscribe, click on the bell button, and I will see you guys in the next videos for December. Remember, December is going to be nuts. So I hope you guys enjoy the content, and continue leaving feedback and sharing my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.